Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with K on season 2 episode number 9 reaction. Alright, so the previous episode we got to see Yui's, not Yui's but everyone's like their career, their future, like that thing that they do in schools where they give you like a sheet of paper to write your future, like an aspirations and all that, what you want to be, and your career planning. Yeah, that's the word. So yeah, we get to see that obviously Yui is confused. She doesn't know what to do, and we also get a little bit of Yui's backstory and like how Nodoka met her and stuff like that. Her kind of reminiscing about all that stuff. And yeah, in the end, Yui was not able to figure out what she wants to do. At first, she was like thinking a lot of like career options, and then she was like musician, and Sawa Sensei was like, nope, write something else. And yeah, in the end, she was like, cannot figure it out. I'll think of it about it later or something like that. She wrote. So yeah, it still didn't work. So yeah, she's still thinking about what she wants to do, and yeah, that's how it ended. So let's see what happens in this episode. Episode number 9. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, she's singing the song, the theme song. Trip? What? Oh, is she like going on a morning run or something? I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. All right. So Yui has decided to wake up early to go on morning runs. That's nice. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. She is. Is she late? She still has the pass on her. Barely on time. Wow. Yeah. Finals. Wait. Is the final exam? Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, so they'll be graduating after this, I'm guessing. It's a bit fast, isn't it? Like we're not even like halfway through the season. But she's tired. Oh, wait. Wow. She's like the drawing. Okay. Oh no, the librarian will be pissed. Oh, but they're kind of keeping quiet. What? Oh. Yeah? No. Oh my god. Oh no, she's gonna scare me or something, I feel like. No. Ah, those super, like sour ones? Yeah. Oh my god. I don't. Hmm. Chikizenni. Okay. Oh my god. At least you didn't whack her with the guitar. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, don't gas her up. Okay, here we go. Great. There you go. She's like, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. So, she used to help them a lot. Oh, is that Nodoka? Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Didn't study at all. Wait, is their parents here? Oh my god, we still haven't seen their parents. Alright, she's at least studying. That's good. Wow! Oh my god. Ah, she's taking notes. Oh my god, she got distracted by the butterfly. 50% to 30% off. Oh, Mugi will love this. What? No more. Wait, she bought it. Oh my god. She bought she bought the dress. Oh my god. Hopefully she doesn't forget. Yeah. Yeah, she's also going shopping. Oh my god. Yo. Wait, is that sugar? What? Oh. Ah, maybe she can play some guitar there. Yeah, why not like invite everyone else? Yeah. Wait, on the day of the exam or something? Day after. Hmm. Shige-san. Ah, yeah. Okay. Like I wonder if she's going to do solo or is she going to like like tell her friends and all of them will play. That's the question. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh my. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, she wants to. Yeah, like she's pretty good at playing guitar, so I'm sure she can, you know, handle it even if she doesn't practice. I don't know. Okay, there you go. She's telling everyone. Hmm. Oh, she's going solo. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, really. Oh, what? I don't think that's what's going on here, but okay. Yeah, like only play guitar? No, guitar. Playing guitar. Yeah. Oh my god. Hmm. Oh my god. Mm. Oh, just practicing. Yeah, why here? Oh, I see. Oh my god. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Okay. All right. Double guitar, I guess. Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. Schedule. Whoa, what the hell is this? She hasn't. Oh my god. What the? Okay. That's even worse. Some Enka? But, okay, no. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that worked. Can. What? Yeah. Wait, you don't even have it lit. Okay, great. Hmm. Okay, I don't think guitar is going to. No. Yeah. Beef croquette. Okay, that looks nice. Nikujaga. Hmm. Azunian, that's how you introduce her? Az. Even Azusa forgot that her name is not Azunian, it's Azusa. Wow. Oh. Yuinyan. No, Yuinyan. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh, because the clubs are. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ah, here we go. Exams. Oh my god. What? Okay. And she's sleeping. Oh my god, you're gonna fail. Yui. Oh, nice. Right. Oh my god. Um, is she okay with her exams? 30-second challenge. Oh, here we go. She's sleeping. She probably studied late at night or something. Or probably was practicing. No, probably studying. Oh, Yuyasu, wake up! Oh my god. Okay. Yuyazu. Okay. Mio is just like social anxiety. Yeah. Okay. I think she probably forgot. Okay. Oh wait, Salsins is also there. I didn't see her. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, there you go. Perfect. Wait, isn't she going to play like okay, there you go. Yoneyama Kotaro. Okay. What? Yo! I studied the right path. Yui Mugi? Ritan Mutan. Oh god. Alright, there you go. Hmm. Alright. That is it for this episode. So here we begin with Yui being motivated about giving her best. And how to do that? Obviously, getting up early in the morning, going out for a morning jog, and doing stuff. So she's like, yes, I'm gonna do it, let's go. And she goes off and meets the granny next door. And she's like, oh, like, you're early today, you. And he's like, yes, I'm gonna give my all. And yeah, that's how it starts. So obviously, after going jogging, she is a bit late to school. So she comes to school, and like, she's like, oh, I actually, like, went to, like, out to jog, and that is why, like, she's tired and everything. But she has decided to give her best, because that's what she wrote in the career plan. So okay, so they also talk about, like, the upcoming exams. So Yui's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna study as well after I go home. And in school, she, like, falls asleep, because obviously, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, if you, like, go out jogging and you've never done that before, you're gonna feel tired, at the beginning. Like, any new thing that you start doing, which kind of takes stamina. First few days it's gonna be rough, but then you kind of get used to it. So yeah, she kind of falls asleep. Okay. But either way, they're kind of concerned about you. They're like, "Are you really going to be okay for the exams?" And she's like, I'll be fine. Like, it's okay." And so they after that they study in the library, and she was pretty fascinated by Mio's, like, like, clean way of taking notes. And you can see in the notebook that, yeah, it is pretty clean. Like, she has, like, written it in black ink, and then, like, red ink, probably highlighting a few things. I remember a few kids in my class, like, who used to keep notes like this. It looked very beautiful, and very organized. Unlike me, who, yeah, never really did that. But either way, like, it was pretty nice. And Yui's like, oh, like, your notes are very, very pretty. And then she also looks at Mio, and she's like, oh, your notes are kind of cute, because she kind of, like, doodles, like, like, small little things here and there. I love how Mio was trying to hide it for embarrassment, and you still saw it. And for Ritsu, she's like, you're one of me, you're one of us, aren't you? Like, you also fell asleep in class, because there was, like, a section where she just, like, kind of did this, and the pen kind of, like, went over. Now, this is one thing at least it never happened to me, like, falling asleep in class. A lot of my friends used to do that. I remember a lot of my friends just sleeping in classroom, and some hilarious, like, situations when the teacher would get to realize that they're sleeping, and they would, like, wake them up. And I remember one of my friends was, like, so deep asleep that the teacher went and was, like, kind of, like, like, pushing that person away, but he was still not waking up. It's crazy hilarious. Everyone was laughing and everything. Even the teacher started laughing as to how deep that person was sleeping. And when he finally awoken, he was like, "What the hell?" However, I never, like, fell asleep in my class. Like, because I guess, like, I don't know, like, I never really, like, like, my sleep is kind of, like, not that much. I don't sleep that much, so it never happened to me. But yeah, I remember a few of my friends and a few of my classmates used to do that. And most of the times it was kind of hilarious. But either way, yeah, okay, after that, you take some photocopy of the notes. They took it to, like, I guess, like, a convenience store, and like, was taking photocopy of it. While while Ritsu found, like, those sour, like, candies, I think. And she's like, oh, here you go, like, some super, like, sour candies, and puts some in Mio, sorry, not Mio, Yui and Mugi's mouth. And yeah, okay. And after that, they're just, like, going back, and they're still concerned about you. They're like, are you really going to be okay? You sure you don't need any help? And you're just like, it's fine, I can study, it's okay, I'm going to go back home and then study. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give my all. And the funny part is, like, just after this, he comes across the granny, and the granny is like, "Oh, like, this is wait, what was that? Chiku." Just a minute. All right. Chikuzeni. What is that? No, I've heard, like, I know a lot of Japanese dishes, like, from anime and stuff. I've never heard of this one before. Chikuzeni, what is that? Chikuzeni. Classic one pot stew with root vegetables and chicken simmered in flavored broth dashi. Ah, oh, this one. Oh, I remember. Okay, I see seeing anime characters eating this, but I never knew its name. Chikuzeni. It has like lotus roots and stuff, I think. Yeah. All right. So she's like, "Oh, here you go." Like, like, and she's like, "Oh, thank you," and like tries to kind of bow, and then the guitar kind of hits her head, and you can see like like she's like, "Are you like like?" Oh, no, she introduces her guitar to her, and she's like, "Oh, this is Geeta," like Geeta the guitar, and the granny's like, "Oh, you really love playing the guitar, don't you? Like you've been playing it since you started high school. Like that's wonderful. Like like great job, keep it up." And she's like getting so like like complimented that she's like, oh, like like she's very happy. Goes home, forgets completely about studying, starts playing the guitar. Oh my god. Either way, she kind of remembers her past where she used to like play, not play, but kind of like had other interactions with the granny as well. The granny helped her out a lot, gave her candies, like helped her find stuff, and like kind of took care of her. And she's like, "Oh, we're always on the receiving side of everything. I wish if I could do something for her." And we kind of like brings them dinner, and they're eating that chikus, and I see that now. So you can see that Yui is not Yui, sorry, Yui is kind of like like giving her stuff and sharing stuff with her as well, kind of like returning the favor in behalf of Yui as well. Because when Yui is like, "Oh, like I should do something for her," Yui is like, "Yeah, I should." Previously, I kind of shared some of the souvenir from Kyoto, and then she also says that then I also um, okay, I'll bake some cookies and share with her. So you can see that Ubi is kind of like like giving stuff back and kind of sharing stuff with her as well. However, Yui obviously has never done something from her side to her, so Yui is thinking, what can I do for her? So either way, she's like, "All right, you know what, let's study," and she kind of studies at night. And we kind of said, like kind of shared that with all her friends, like Azusa and that girl, I forgot her name. And they're like, "Oh, like she is kind of serious about this, like." And Azusa, Ui's like, "Yeah, however, she did fall asleep in the middle of it." And you can see like she is giving her best, but she's kind of getting distracted now and then. Like outside you can see she's like keeping some notes, and then suddenly like a butterfly flies around and she gets distracted by the butterfly. Like I just wonder what what goes on through Yui's head. I really wonder, like like she's just so floaty and so like like always like floating around kind of personality. Like it's very interesting. Like I don't think I've ever seen, like, I wouldn't call her an airhead, but she's very like, just, what can I say, like a cat, like just getting distracted by stuff and just kind of like going with the flow kind of thing. Oh god. But at the same time, she's very I guess you could say very talented in whatever she does. Like like, you can see like she's very talented in playing guitar. She has like natural pitch. She can like tune guitar through without using a tuning device. That's pretty impressive. I didn't know that, but I got to know here. And then there's that whole thing about like whenever he gives her all, she kind of does like produce results. So it's just that, like like just floating around doing, like getting, like going along with the flow, but still doing and giving her best at stuff when she wants to. That kind of personality. But either way, later on she is like out with her friends. Kind of gets to see like there's like a sale happening. I love how she's like, "Oh, look at this dress," and she actually buys it later on. The 30% off, like a T-shirt that she had her eye on. She actually bought it. Anyways, at her house, Yui has run out of soy sauce, so Yui is like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it," like, "Let me do it," and she wants to help, she wants to help. So she's out, and she's like, "I need to remember soy sauce, not Worcestershire sauce, not sugar, it's soy sauce." And what's the funny thing? She was kind of like mentioning and repeating this, and the last thing she says is like, "Not sugar," at which she gets interrupted by Granny, and that kind of remained in her head, so she forgot that she's supposed to buy soy sauce, but sugar got replaced with soy sauce. I feel like this happens to us every now and then, when you're trying to remember something and you're like, oh, not this but this, but then your thoughts get interrupted midway, and then you kind of mix up what you're supposed to do because your thoughts got interrupted there. And that's exactly what happens here. She was like, oh, not any other sauce, soy sauce, not sugar. And as soon as she was thinking that, her thoughts get interrupted. So immediately, the soy sauce got replaced with sugar because that's the last thing she was thinking about. Anyways, the granny's like, oh, are you going shopping? And she's like, yeah, it's sugar. I'm here to get sugar. And the granny's like, all right, you know what? You don't have to go. I can give you sugar. And she gives it to her. And then she's like, oh, you see this, like like a little talent show we are having, can you participate there, Yui? Like you're playing guitar and everything. I'm sure the shopping district people will be very happy to see young contestants, and because usually it is like old people just like like doing their thing over there, but seeing a few young people there is going to motivate them and make them happy. So she's like, and Yui's like, oh no, this is like just after the day of finals. And Granny's like, are you busy? And she's like, no, like it's fine. Because she wants to kind of do something for Granny as well. So perfect opportunity. So she's like, all right, you know what? I'll give it a try. And she kind of says like, oh, there's like a first prize. It's like a shopping, like a hot spring vacation, I think she says. So yeah. So after that, she goes back and talks about it to Ui, and Ui is like, should I go and refuse it for you? But she's like, no, like I'm gonna do it. Like even if it's after the day of exam, I'm gonna do it. So she's pretty motivated. Next day at school, she's like, yes, tells everyone. And I was wondering if she's going to do solo or it's going to help, ask for the others to help her with it or something. But like Yui's personality, you've seen this before. Like she doesn't really want to involve others in her own problems most of the time, and like in these type of situations. So she's like, oh no, it's fine. Like you guys don't have to help me. You'll be busy with your stuff. So yeah, then like I just want to help her out because I want to make her happy because she always helps me out. So they're like, all right, fine. Like if you need any help, tell us. And Mui was pretty excited because she's like, oh, I like stories like this. The turtle and the Ryugoju castle, stone statue and umbrella. Oh, I remember. I was wondering, like, the stone statue and the umbrella, what's that story about? I remember it. It's like someone like keeping like an umbrella on top of a stone statue because it's raining or something. Something like that. I think that's the story. Obviously, the turtle and the castle, the dragon, Ryugoju, it's Urashima Taro, isn't it? I think. Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Either way, she's like, oh, do your best. And Yui's like, bring me snacks. Anyways, they're like, what would you do? And Yui's like, oh, she told to play the guitar. And I love how Mio and Mugi are like cracking jokes about how she's going to do like a comedy play or whatnot. And Ui also told her friends about all of this. Azusa kind of heard about it, and Azusa's like, alright, was kind of thinking about it. So later on, when she sees Yui practicing on the riverbank, she's like, oh, you're practicing here. And you can see here Azusa wants to help her, and at the same time Yui doesn't want to bother her with her own problems. Like I said, this we've seen this before. Yui helps others, but she doesn't really ask others for any help that she needs, because at this point you can probably see that she was kind of a little bit, I guess you could say, a little bit I wouldn't say concerned, but she was probably a little bit stiff about the fact that she'll have to go out in front of so many people and play and she wants to make the granny happy. So all these things were probably in her head, and the exam as well. So you can see from her the way she was talking about it when Azusa comes in, and Azusa's like, oh, I heard from Ui that you're playing in the talent show, will you be okay? And she was like, it's okay, I'll be fine. The way she was talking, it was very stiff. So you can understand that she did want help, but at the same time she didn't want to bother others about her situation, because they also have to go out to the give the exam. However, as Azusa here, you can see that she also wants to help, but she doesn't know how to bring that up. So she's kind of trying to like just like kind of mention that section, kind of like it's kind of like kind of like like moving around that part, like kind of trying to mention it so that Yui asks her for help. But Yui is not doing that. So in the end, after she's like, oh, like will you be okay? Like why are you not asking the others? After asking all these questions, in the end, Azusa decides that, what, let me just bring it up myself. And she's like, oh, like I can help you. Like I want to help you. And Yui is like, are you are you sure? She's like, yeah, I'll study in the evening, so I'll be fine. And you can see immediately Yui's like, oh, thank you so much, and just like hugs her. So like I said, you can see she was probably a little bit kind of stiff about the whole situation. Like the fact that you have to do it alone in itself is a big responsibility, and like something really tough. Like she can go out on stage, perform in front of everyone else in school with her friends. That is fine, but this is a solo. It's pretty like like it's pretty, I guess you could say, a little bit intimidating for people who aren't usually accustomed to doing solo. So the fact that at least one person is going to help her out in itself is a big, is a big like help. So she's like, and at the same time, she didn't really want to bother others with her problem. So yeah, she was kind of like like just thinking about the situation and kind of probably a little bit concerned. But now that Azusa's like, I'll help you, she's like, oh, like nice, thank you. So yeah, and you can see not only that, you can see that everyone else from her group, like the after school tea time club, they were also talking to themselves about helping out Yui, because so if Azusa didn't offer her help, I'm pretty sure this, like the next day when she went to school, everyone would have probably brought it up, and they would be like, all right, let us perform with you as well. As you can see, Risu was like, we were just saying we should help you too, but then she's like, but now that I like we get to see that Azusa's playing with you, I think it will be fine, and I do want to see you, both of you, like duos, like performing on stage. So it should be fine. So if Azusa didn't offer help, they probably would have the next day. Either way, it would have been fine at the end of the day. Like they probably would have played like as a band, or since Azusa's like, oh, let's do it together, they're like, what, let Azusa do it with her. It's okay. Like, so yeah, now it's good thing that Azusa is the one playing with her, because she has everything properly like planned. She comes in and she's like immediately hands her over a chart, timetable chart, and she's like, oh, this time to this time study, this time to this time, this time to this time practice. And Yui's like, there's no snack breaks, and she's like, no, let's go, and just drags her away. And everyone's like, all right, at least like Azusa's going to take care of her now from here onwards. So in library they're studying, and Yui makes like doodles about like like in her book. Anyways, next day, not next day, but next like scene, we see them practicing outside. And they're thinking what to perform, like Yui's like, oh, should we do Fua time? And they're like, she's like, should we do Enka? Because old people, like like maybe they'll like that. And they try to kind of like like do a little Enka there. And yeah, but it's not really working out properly. So then she's like Azus also tries that, but like Yui's like, no, it's like like you're far from mastering the art of Enka. So, and then she says like, then traditional folk song, sing without extinguishing the flame. Okay, so she starts singing in that way. Yeah, and they kind of practice like that, and Azusa's like, I'm losing focus, I cannot sing like this. And then they meet Granny. So Granny brings her like a few snacks, and I love how Yui introduces Azusa as Azunyan, and Granny's like, oh, Azunyan. And Azusa's also like, yeah, I'm Azunyan. Like, it's so common that I feel like Azusa probably just completely forgot that her actual name is Azusa, not Azunyan. Like, everyone calls her Azunyan, so she probably just forgot that. Granny's like, Azunyan-san, don't push yourself too hard. And she's like, yes. Oh boy. Anyways, so later on, Yui kind of talks about Granny to her, and like tells her how she has helped her out from a very young age. And Azusa's like, all right, so what should we make the name? You know, and so they're like kind of thinking out a name, and then Yui's like, sorry, Azusa's like, oh no, sorry, Yui's like, how about Yui Azu? And she's like, yeah, that is fine. Like I feel like that's good. So then after that, they decide what song to do, and yeah, and that's that. I love how the next day Sawa-chan says like, where's the tea and the snacks? Why aren't we getting those again? I'm so tired. And but like before exams, clubs are not really like like allowed. So yeah, like that is why Sawa Sensei is not getting enough tea and snacks of Mugi. So she's very stressed out about that. So the exam starts, and you can see like everyone's like kind of doing the exam. Mio is doing the exam. Mugi is properly doing it. Risu is using the dice like thing to like pick the options or whatever, while Yui is sleeping. Now I think she was probably just studying late at night, so she's so asleep. And good thing that Nodoka was like kind of like kind of woke her up by just like oh, Sensei, I dropped my razor, and she kind of wakes up, and she still was drowsy and starts writing. I cannot fathom how she got that high marks while she was doing the exam drowsy. How is that possible? Like, but I guess she just had to pick the options, so I guess that's easy. She didn't have to write anything, I guess. And this is like one thing that I think like I'm pretty sure there are like big questions as well. I like how they have like like just pick the correct options, and a few of them are like write it, so she doesn't have to like like just if she had to like write like like stuff completely from beginning to the end, yeah, she never would have gotten that high marks because she's so drowsy here. She could, I doubt she could have properly made coherent sentences. So either way, she kind of does that, and later on, just after that, you can see that yeah, they are in the talent show. Everyone's here. I didn't actually realize that Sawa Sensei was also there. Her hat is so big, I didn't realize it's her at the beginning. But anyways, everyone is here. Ui, Nodoka, Sawa Sensei, Mio, Mugi, and Ritsu. So yeah, and in backstage you can see Yui's like falling asleep, and Azusa kind of lets her fall asleep up until when their name is called, and Azusa is like, Yui, like wake up. I love how Yui just gets up like this, and she's like, oh okay, just like is ready to play. So she goes on stage, and yeah, they kind of do a little comedy skit, like the whole Sukumi bokeh thing, where Yui acted as the bokeh while Azusa was a Sukumi, and everyone kind of liked it, like they're like clapping and everything, and then they start their song. So they're doing their version of Fude Pen Ball Pen. So I think like it's like they kind of made it into a folk song way. I think I'm not exactly sure what style that this was, but it's probably like in a style of a folk song, wasn't it? Like they're like clapping like this, and Yui's like singing while Azusa's doing the guitar. And everyone was like like very happy, like they were like clapping and everything, and yeah, it went pretty well. Unfortunately, they weren't able to win. They won the consolation prize, and she gave that to the granny, and the granny's like, it's fine, like it's like, and she's like, I wanted to give you the vacation, and she's like, no, it's okay, like, you both did wonderful. You've grown so, like you've grown like you've grown as a person as well, and like you're all grown up so much. And the granny's very happy, and Yui is very happy as well. So yeah, and after that they're like, all right, let's have some, like have some food, and they're off. Next day, the result they got. Like she wait a minute, how much did she get? 89, 90, 85, 93, 82. Damn, that's pretty impressive. A lot impressive, like the fact that she was able to do that along with her what do you call it, her practicing the guitar. And yeah, and she's like, But she does say that, oh, I studied the right parts. So basically, the parts that she studied, like, fortunately, those are the parts that came. So she was able to score that much. Either way, she's very happy and she's like, yes, I did it. So when Mugi's like, oh, I wanted to be there as well, and she's like, oh, let's do Yui Mugi next time. And Ritsu's like, how about Ritsu Mio? I doubt Mio's ever going to do that because of her social anxiety. In no way is she going to do a solo performance or a duo performance in front of so many people. And Mio's like, I want Yui Mugi Mio Asu. Doesn't include Ritsu. And this is like, what the hell? Oh boy. Yeah, and that is where it ended. So there you go. A very wholesome episode about the neighbor granny and doing something for her, making her happy. So yeah, that is it, guys. That is my reaction to episode 9 of K-On! Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of K-On! Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.